Hello, fellow diamond painters. DP Crazy Lady here. Just doing a quick update uh, back at my painting. I told you this was like three elves, and people were looking out a window at them. They were out the window. I have almost the bottom half done. I have a little more over here of the window, but there's the three gnomes or gonks, whatever you want to call them. And like I said, it's 11:10 p.m. uh, on Tuesday night, and I figured I'd do a little quick, review of this, so you can see that I am diamond painting because I was like over here, and I started on Netflix listening to The West Wing because they brought it back, and I'm on still on season one. I think the 12th episode. So I'm really enjoying it and seeing, you know, some of my favorite actors. Uh, let's see. Um, the puppy's been coming back and forth and back and forth. And I was going to show you him, and he took off. But he's been in and out of here constantly, which is surprising to me because usually he stays in the other room with my daughter uh, while I'm in here diamond painting. And then he waits until I'm ready to lay down and go to sleep, and he'll come in and he lays down and sleeps with me. So uh, I wanted to show you. Okay, he loves, I know this is silly talk, but he loves wearing sweaters and shirts. And if you go to take it off of him, he gets very upset. He growls and doesn't want to bite, but he growls and carries on and whines because he's not wearing a shirt. He's wearing a lightweight one right now because it's warm enough in here. We have to take him to the vet on the 17th for his nail cut and all his flea medicine and heartworm medicine and stuff, preventative stuff. And this is the sweater he's going to be wearing, which I thought was really, really cute because since it is Christmas. And I thought it was really cute. We had gotten it for free. We were down at the food bank, and they, have clothes down there on occasion and stuff. And when I saw that, at first I thought it was for a little kid, and then I read it and looked at it, and I, well, that'll fit Liam perfectly. So we brought it home, and he loves it. He's earlier this year in the spring, I think it was, my daughter had bought him off of Amazon. It was a set of 12 shirts, lightweight ones that he could wear in the summer because he, like I said, he likes to wear them. You take them off, he has a fit. And they each have different sayings on them. The one he's wearing now says, "I'm warning you, I'm wearing nothing under this shirt." So, excuse me, each one has a little funny saying on it. There was one other little funny thing that happened the other day that I thought I was going to tell you. And since I ran the video for 3 different times, I just lost track of it. But it was after my furnace was fixed. And the furnace was fixed, and I kept telling my daughter, I think I hear a noise on at my oven. And it sounded like rattling or something. I thought, what the heck is that? And I was listening to it all day as I walked by, and I kept hearing the rumbling right there by my stove. And later on that evening, I thought, this is getting ridiculous. What is that noise? And I asked her when I opened the oven, I said, can you hear it? She said, yeah. And I kept touching the bottom part of the stove under the racks, and when I would hit it, it would quit, or if I pushed on it, it quit, and then when I let go of it, it would start up again. It wasn't that part of it, and I thought, what the heck is going on? Because I know a thermocoupler doesn't make noise like that. It doesn't do anything. It just doesn't work. So dummy me, I pulled out the broiler, which I never used the broiler. I've never used a broiler in any oven I've ever had. Um, and I pulled it out, and the broiler pan was sitting down there with an extra burner cover that I don't use on the top of the stove. And every time my furnace would kick on, because the man who rebuilt my furnace years ago to put in air conditioning, put in this big fan motor at the top of it. And anybody that's listened to me for a couple of years know that if you may end up here it starting up, and it sounds like an airplane is, and then off it goes. And it sometimes rattles my dishes or something if the dishes are offset and I have to move stuff around to make it quit. And that's what my furnace was doing, was rattling the broiler pan and burner grate that I set down there, and they were offset just enough, and it set it off. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's all I needed was for something else, to go wrong. The stove's 20 years old. I don't care. It's got some cracks on the near the burners and stuff like that, but it still works. I'm not gonna get rid of it. Uh, it's a gas stove. I mean, a thermocoupler is about the only thing that go bad on it, other than like the jets or something, where the pilot lights are. But those aren't hard to replace or fix. And I've done a thermocoupler in an oven before, so it's not that hard. But it was just freaky. The noise kept driving me crazy all day. So I want to get this finished in the next couple weeks or the next week. I have, like I said, the little bit of section over here. It's not real big. And then I have the top part to do. And I think what I'm going to do is, once this one's done, I'm going to get into my closet, and I've got some hanging in there that I had started a long time ago, hung them up because I didn't get back to them. I, either got tired of them, bored with them, whatever it was, or frustrated with them. I know there's a diamond art in there that's hanging there. Well, there's two. No, one's a dreamer and one's a diamond art. The one diamond art is the one with it's not a Victorian house, but it's like springtime something, and it's a house. Um, I think it's a diamond art. I have to look at them again. The other one I think is a diamond art or dreamers, like I said, and it's got the kitties that are in front of the Christmas tree with stockings, little hats on their head like these gnomes, and celebrating Christmas. And I think I started it too, and I don't know what it was, but I just hung it up, put it away. And I probably have two or three other smaller ones in there that I started and didn't get back to. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick one of those and work on it and get as much as I can get done. Um, Bianca said that it was me, her, and a couple other people that wanted to work, on that Pinson uh, cottage by the sea, or whichever one she decided, that others decided to do. This started on around the 1st of January. Uh, I told her, she asked me if it was square or round. Hers was round. Mine is square. And I told her, she asked me what it was, and I said, wait a minute, let me look. And I had the box, but the thing wasn't in there. And I thought, well, where did it go? Here. And I told her, I said, I know I'm getting old, but my mind is not that stupid. I had started it sometime the end of last year or the beginning of this year or whatever it was, and either got frustrated with it because it was squares that was driving me crazy, or I just didn't, I wanted to do something else. And here I have the whole bottom half done. Well, not the bottom, not, I mean, the thing is huge, but like about this much done all the way across, and then it's way bigger, going up. So I told her, I said, what I'm feel is only fair, and this is no contest, no prize, no nothing. But I think it's fair that when everybody else starts, I'll work on something else until they get to about the area I'm at, because some people have not done it yet, and maybe they don't want to see it until they get their portion done. They don't want to see what it looks like prior to. They can let me know. It doesn't matter. uh I feel bad that I started it. I didn't realize that I had. So I thought I'd let everybody know, and you guys can decide from there. It's talk to Bianca about it. I'm sure I'll hear. So, I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to do a quick update and let you all see where I'm at and that I am working on it. Uh, it's not too cold out today or tonight. I think it's about 30 something. So that's not bad. Uh, it was colder the other night when it was about 17, 15, 17 degrees. But okay, y'all have a good Wednesday coming, middle of the week. This week's going to go by pretty fast, I guess. So have a good one. I think I've talked about everything I needed to. Thanks for everybody, commenting. Do a thumbs up if you think about it. And I'll talk to you in another day or two. I may not do one Wednesday because this will be viewed probably Wednesday. I'll try and get back on here on Thursday so you can see if I've gotten much further. So, hugs. Love y'all. Keep it crazy, lady. She's out.